Hi. Today it's a Lush Flow, and it's been a while since we've had a Lush Flow. It's in the combination to Svadhisthana chakra, so their second chakra, the orange one, which is water element chakra. And it's also the chakra for sexuality. It's the chakra for lust, instincts, fear, control. It's also the chakra for all emotions and our emotional development and our emotional maturity. And it's going from sex to love, and it's also going from romance to tenderness. So it's a development of more compassion and empathy. Trauma related to sex, abuse, control, incest will be located here in this area, and it's affecting the whole area, and it's affecting the hip, so the root, which is the Muladhara, the root, the tailbone, they are kind of floating a little bit into each other because the tailbone is also affecting the hips as well as the Svadhisthana, the Hara chakra. I normally call it just the Hara chakra, it's so much easier. It's also affecting the hips. And when we have emotional disturbances or imbalances, it's very often to get lower back pain. And this is also in combination to that. Because it's in below the navel, it's affecting the womb, it's directly connecting to the womb. It's called the life force center. So this is where we grow life, and this is where we came to life. It's the center of self where we develop a sense of self. And also where our soul fly into our mother's body. And of course, it's also affecting the third chakra, the solar plexus. Because both affects our digestion, yeah? So it's related. In the lower, in the second chakra, we really digest our emotions. We finish the process and then poo it out, which is the root, when it's over and done with. But this is also where we can store what we have not digested, what we have not processed. And it's very normal that trauma is located in this area. This is also the area, the chakra that is maturing and developing from 8 to 14, and everything that you have, everything that you experienced from age 8 to 14 of both wonderful things and imbalances and balances and love and neglect, An abuse, it will be located here, disturbing the chakra. And when there's a disturbing of this chakra, it will affect the rest, up. It's also where, it can be hard to get grounded. It can be hard to get down because there's an unwillingness and a fear. This area is dominated by fear. By fear and by anger, but there's also shame. It is, some say that shame is more the solar plexus, but in my experience, my physical experience, it's very much to do with shame. Because shame is connected to the sexuality and abuse. Oh my God, it's so connected. And I'm burping as I'm speaking, my body is responding. So we'll do a Lush Flow today. We'll see how it goes. I don't have my contact lenses on, so I can't see you. I can't see the screen. I can just see some red and some brown. That's about what I can see. So we'll see how it goes. I'm a little bit, I'm open. I don't have a plan. We can synchronize the music now. Playlist is called Lush Flow, and we start with the song Subtle Breath. Subtle Breath. It's song number 3. 1, 2, 3. You find your navel, and you take your 4 fingers below, and that's the spot of the Hara chakra, that's Svadhisthana chakra. And you can put both of your hands here. Try not to fix anything or control. This is a need for control. It's linked to the water element. It's very Scorpio. But it's linked to Cancer, to Pisces, to Scorpio in astrology. The negative side that is often described is so much linked to the Scorpio traits, that of control and fear. There are both Cancer and Pisces got them too, but it's really manifested in Scorpio. And Scorpio, when immature, has a severe need of control, and most often are very insecure, fearful, and therefore the need for control becomes even stronger in them. And this may be completely unconscious. And if it's unconscious and haven't been made conscious and haven't been dealt with, you can hurt relationships, and it can also be placed physically in your body as an illness. Colitis is very normal. Crohn's, colitis, kidneys, bladder, especially kidney problems, disturbance in the hormones, and severe menstrual pain. A need for sex as a form of verification and control. This is where you get your confidence from, sex. So as I speak, you may have some physically reactions. You may feel unwell. You may want to leave the mat. You may get pictures, or you may be completely in denial of that's not me. But I'm sorry, that's all of us. That's you too. But it can manifest in different ways. We're all immature in some ways. We all have imbalances. We all have some kind of need for control in some areas. We're all fearful. There's not a single human being out there that doesn't have fear in them. It's in the human gene and in the human body. We all have it. And if you deny that, it only shows the level of maturity and ignorance. Oh, you know, first step is to admitting that you have fear, and probably some areas where you would like to have some control. Maybe the control is never leaving your home, or have a control over what you eat. We're gonna Om 3 times into our Swadhisthana chakra. Deep inhale. Place one of your hands on the back, on your lower back, so you have the chakra in between your hands and you're kind of holding it. And we're gonna Om 3 times more. Deep inhale. my Swadhisthana chakra. I ask my chakra, my Hara chakra, to be purified and cleansed. I ask to be so brave to acknowledge and face my fears. To see them, to embrace them, and to tell them that it's okay. So I may live with a healthy sexuality, a strong and vital and powerful life force. And so I can mature in my emotions. Release your hands. Just a couple of breaths. You inhale through your nose in a reverse L all the way down to your root, to the perenium, pelvis, and exhale straight up out through the crown. And you inhale Sao and exhale Sao. So you inhale Sao down, exhale up and out from the root and through the Swadhisthana chakra. Two more times. Hands to your heart. Anjali Mudra. Slowly open up your eyes. Namaste. And we'll come to standing to continue with the Uddiyana Bandha. Pranayama. Standing. Stand to the edge of your mat. So feet alongside the mat. Inhale, arms up. Bend your knees. Exhale, all out. Place your hands on your thighs, just on top of your knees. Tongue in. Now lift up the Swadhisthana chakra. Lift it in, then up towards your heart, under your ribs. Hold it. Release. Inhale, roll up. Inhale, arms up. Bend your knees. Exhale, all out, tongue out. Swadhisthana chakra in and up. Hold. Tongue into your soft palate. Up and in. Please tell me to roll up. 2 more times. And come down on all fours. Take one hand to your tummy, lower it. Then start to move that center, belly dancing, but really get in touch with that center. Find it and move it. And you can just swap your hands whenever you need to. Experiment with it. Locate it, move it. And we get ready to put the right foot to the front outside your hands. Right foot to the front of your mat. And take your blocks under your hands to get up higher. And you may need to get really high up to continuously move that center. You move it, and you keep moving it, and it might just start to move your hips as well. So you can feel how it's interlinked. Right arm, circle, and extend that right leg backwards. Inhale, tip forward and circle that right arm, and exhale backwards. And now, keep the lower belly in as you move here. And you may want a blanket under your back knee. 2 more circles with the arm. And then come a little bit lower on the inside. And you start to move your hips bigger. And I'm having some knee problems today. Hurts. Maybe you don't need the blocks, but you really start to move the hips. You get lower and lower. Sliding and gliding in the pelvic halves. So this is also releasing the lower back. It's really great for lower back pain. And I'm burping because it means I'm very much connected. I'm very much connected to the Swadhisthana chakra and also my intestines. So this whole lower belly is being moved. Now take your foot to the edge of your mat and tip your toes out. Keep moving here, but with your toes out so the hip is open. Flex your ankle. And then you stay down to rest on your elbows, maybe on blocks. Flex your foot and drop down. And come up onto your hands, take that right leg back and open up into an open scorpion tail. So you open up the hip to the side, you bend the knee a lot and get the heel to point to your bum. Look up to the sky. And if it's easier for you here to stay on your elbow underarm, then you can do that. It can be easier for balance. Take the foot that's in the mat out onto the floor, right hand to right foot, and open up, foot away from yourself. Lift up the ribs under, beneath, and heel to seat. And slide that right leg out to the floor. Get the foot, the toes that is in the floor back onto the mat, and the right foot, put it straight out to the side. Straighten out your leg, flex the foot, and put the foot down to the floor. Now move as close as you can while you wriggle and move and slide and glide in the pelvic halves. And here you can also take the blocks with you for support as you move closer to the right foot that's in the floor. And the whole foot is in the floor. Make it lush and liquid in the hips. Juicy. And now we can bend that knee and straighten it out and examine what that leg and hip wants to do. And then you stay as deep as you can in a forward bend, close to the foot in the floor. Get the tailbone back, free the pelvis. Stay connected to your Svadhisthana chakra. Ask for healing, balance, and purification. And slowly come back to your center, to all fours, and we do the other side. And you may want to blink it now under your right knee. Put your left foot to the front. Start with the blocks under the hands. Just slowly, slowly, and moving here. Come back to the Hara chakra, the Svadhisthana chakra, the movement in the lower belly. You connect to it. And that's where you move first. From there, find it, locate it. So it may look different from what you normally would do here. It may look more contracted and not as big and spacious because you're very, very focused on that chakra. And you want to examine really that when you move that, when you're there, how that is linked to the rest of your body. You know, it's very linked to your hips, and you can probably feel how when you move that center, your hips are affected. Your sexual organs, your vagina, your balls, your perineum, when you move that, also the pelvic half starts to slide and glide, you know, move. And now we're going to get ready to stretch out that left leg. You can move your blocks and circle that left arm. Move that, stretch the left leg and move that left arm, circle it. Keep moving the Hara chakra. So it may look a little bit different than normal. Staying there in the lower belly. And your body may feel different today because we're so focused on it. So your body is really telling you the trauma or the disturbances or the impurities that has to do with the Svadhisthana chakra, right? So my left leg is even more fucked than normal. my left leg is more painful, more contracted than normal, and this is because we are cleansing and really connected to that Swadhisthana chakra. Two more with the arm. And then we go lower, more to the front. You go deeper down. Maybe lower your blocks, or maybe even get your hands down to the mat. Keep moving. Keep moving. Go deeper and deeper down towards the mat. More like a tiger crouching down. And this is very instinctual. This chakra here is very connected to the tiger, to the jaguar, to the Leo. It's very cat-like, wild cat-like. Yeah. It goes for what it wants. Very instinctual, sexual, lustful. It's got the eyes. You know, sometimes you can lock the eyes on someone and it's very close to death and lust, you know. It's funny, those sexual eyes, like I can eat you up alive, and then it's so close to you know, the sexual tension and death. Yeah, very taboo. And take your foot out to the side, lock the ankle. Toes outside the mat and heel in, so now the hip is open. And we come down to find a place of rest and pause. Relax your bum. And put your hands down, open scorpion tail, left foot, ooh, oh my god. Left leg up. Look to the sky. If you want, you can rotate the elbow and underarm down on your right side. If that is better for your position and pose today, keep bending that knee a lot. It's get your heel as close to the bum as possible. Really open up that hip. Look to the sky. Then you take the toes outside the mat. Left hand to left foot, first away from yourself. And then towards yourself. And come out. Straighten that leg and point it to the side. Flex your foot. So you take the leg out to the side, straight to the side. Put the foot down to the floor. Whole foot down, toes pointing forward, and you start to wriggle and move here. And some of you need those blocks to get up higher so you can actually move. And you just take your time. Some of you are fast here. Others need some time to gently move out towards that foot on the floor. You keep on moving, and if that straight leg to the side, if the knee wants to bend a little bit to get in more into the gliding of the pelvic halves and the freeing of your hip, then that's what you do. Staying connected to the heart chakra. Go as deep as you can towards that foot on the floor. Get the tailbone back, open up the pelvis. And slowly come back onto all fours. And we're gonna go to your downward dog and just keep moving in the downward dog. Keep freeing the pelvic halves. Make those you have the Kreuzbein, Cosbeine, and the pelvic halves, those skeleton parts that's on each side, they're supposed to slide and glide. They should be movable, and we create pain there when it's stuck. When it can be stuck from emotional pain. So keep moving. Deliciously move forward with lush, big hips. And roll all the way up to stands. Keep moving in those hips. Put your hand down to your tummy. You're now standing. but you have lush, movable hips. Now move that lower belly. So you move the Swadhisthana chakra. I'm burping again. It's all good. So by moving that, you can feel that connection to the hips, right? Because it's so linked. Oh my God. It's so linked. And some of you left already because this is too much, yeah? Shame, fear, I can't dance. What's all this about? Oh, this is too much sex. Yeah, exactly, because we don't talk about it. It's fucking taboo. So you lock your tummy, you lock your hips, you lock your body, and you go around being a bitter son of a bitch. So just embrace that you have something called sexuality, and even though that you're dry as a desert down below doesn't mean that you can't get the fluid back. Because this is a liquid place, yeah? So when we dry out, it's arthritis, it affects our hips, so get the juice back into your body. Yes. Keep moving that belly. And then we start to move around the room. Now you need to bend your knees in order to stay here in the liquid. And you want to stay focused so it looks really strange from the outside, yeah? And we don't give a fuck about what people think, right? We're doing this for healing, for balance, for purification, for freedom. We're liberating ourselves and we're fucking healing our chakras. So it doesn't matter what it looks like. Woo! Man, I can do so much pain down in my left leg and into my left hip here. Fuck me, I've experienced some shit. Keep moving, people. And you move to the front of your mat again. Whew. Oh my God. Free those arms and just tap into the music. I really want to turn it up. I fucking love this song. And just move freely. Let your hips become these delicious, luscious hips. Pretend that you were born in Brazil or Spain. No shame in moving those hips. I've got delicious, movable, sexy hips. And from here you step your left foot back into a high lunge, but with a bend back knee, so you can continue to move and slide and glide. Take your arms up to the sky. Keep staying lush and delicious. Move those hips. And twist over and let your arms arrive in a flowy mood on a horizontal plane. Keep moving. So it's a twist here. You're twisting over to the right. hard with balance, that's fine. And if you want, you can slide the back arm down the back leg. Just play a little bit here. Keep moving those hips. And swirl down, left hand down to the mat. Simple twist, and you may want to scoop the back foot back. And maybe you want a block under your left hand here. Back knee down into the mat. Stay into a twist. Tip even more into your hips here. And take your right hand on the sacrum of the back and give a little pressure. Say hello. Connect, contact. The crotch spine, right? Crotch spine. Don't even remember what it's called in English. And move that right foot out to the edge of the mat. Place your right hand on the inside and scoop it out. Put your hand on the inside of your leg and push that leg out. You may continue to move. Some of you, it's good with the block and then on your elbow instead. And you come down to lie down, on your elbow now, and you may want to walk that foot in a little bit. Further in, keep moving. Foot is flat on your back foot, keep moving. So you're lying on your side. I'm going to challenge you. So Hannah J, you're probably doing this. So touch your hairy legs and stay sexy. And everybody who's doing this, touch your legs. Touch, touch, touch your legs. Notice what's going on. Is it shame? Is it fear? Is it taboo? Do you want to do it? Is it going over the boundaries? You let it go. If you just want to stay touching, touch your bum, touch your crotch, touch your vagina, slide over, touch your lower belly. Keep going. I'm challenging you, I know that. It's fine. Do you dare? You know, let that right arm just behave as it wants. And let your legs behave as they want. We're going to go free movement right now. This entire song going freestyle and free moving. Just let it go. Let your body move the way it wants to move. It's all good. And if you get uncomfortable, try to move, but stay with it. Examine, why am I uncomfortable? What the fuck is that about? Why do I need to be told where to go? I can't go free movement. Why not? What's wrong? Why? Because you've probably been told your whole life what to do. And now, where you're just going to be you, connected to your Swadhisthana chakra, when you were 8 and 14, and everybody was telling you what to do at what time, when to go to bed, what to eat, when to go training. You don't know what it's like to just be you. So Go. Go. Sit with it then. Cry. Get it out. It's all about purification. It's all about liberating you. There's no right or wrong. If you're making love to the floor right now or masturbating, that's fine. It can help to close your eyes and turn up music. That's very helpful. Don't look at me, I'm doing me. You are not supposed to do me because you did not have my childhood and my traumas. You are doing you because you are you and you were born into your life. You needed to experience all that you came to experience, learn and grow and mature. So your next life is a hell of a lot much better. And we're not just doing it for us, we're doing it for the whole fucking humanity. No more wars. No more fear. No more control. The more we heal, the more we purify, the better the world. If you don't dare to move, you're in fear, you're in control. Get out of your fucking bubble and prison. Just move, start running around the room. Start screaming. And we finish off the free movement. Get onto the floor. Get back to the front of your mat. Close your eyes. And just stay with your body right now. Some of you may be feeling a lot better already. Some of you may feel how much shit you already just moved there. Now move that right leg back, arrive on the toes, big high lunge. Keep that knee bending. We come back to the sliding and gliding. Ooh. If you burp, you know you're in the right spot. Oh my God. Some of you in the group may pee. Yeah, pee is also fear, right? It's having no control as a little girl or a little boy. No control, full of fear. Yeah, I can sit with this for an entire life. I'm still peeing myself. Sliding and gliding in the hips. Arms up. Keep them moving. Lush, baby, lush. And cross over, twist to the left. Arms in something of a horizontal plane. You keep twisting and sliding and freeing those pelvic halves. If you don't know what it is, Google it. Left hand down the back leg if it's okay for you, if it's available. Just turn it down, the music, a little bit so we don't get in trouble. And right hand down to the floor, left arm up, simple twist. And just slide your back toes back so you can go deeper. For many of you, I know it's very nice with that block under your right hand. Back knee into the floor. And take your left hand down to the sacrum, crooked spine, clasping. And walk your foot out to the edge of your mat, 45 degrees. Might be good for many of you to get down on your elbow here. Left hand on the inside of your left leg and, gently push it out. And come down to lie on your side and just walk that left foot further out to the floor and then in. You may still want that block under your elbow. Ooh, this was difficult for me. Lying on the side, flex your back foot. So the entire foot is in an L shape, laying down. And do whatever you need here to, lubricate that left joint there. And then you start to touch that left leg, cuddle it, stroke it, caress it, touch, touch, touch. And maybe that arm wants to just stand freely, to just come back to touch again, and then out to fly and come back to the branch, to the tree, and fly away again. And we roll back into the free movement. You move as you need to move here. You get 2 minutes this time to just go for it. Oh my God, whatever needs to be moved, wherever you need to go, follow it. So drop your brain. Drop your brain. Close your eyes and turn up the music. I think those 2 minutes were probably up. Yep, that was 4 minutes. So you can come back to your mat on all fours. And find your blanket. So you can pause me now if you don't have a blanket close to you. So find a blanket, lie it on the long side of you crossed over your mat on the long side. So a narrow, long blanket that goes to the floor. Okay, so we're gonna go into frog pose. Start with the hands under your shoulders. And you can start with the knees under your hips. And then you just slide the knees out. You keep the feet straight back, not in, straight back your knees. So all the time, 90 degrees inside your knees and your feet in alignment with your knees. Here you can have bolster under your belly and under your bum. You can also use blocks to arrive on under your belly and under your head and heart. I'm gonna pee. I cannot lie in this position when my bladder is full. And also because of the theme and the focus, something needs to get out. And you just slide further and further out. It's called frog pose. So notice that your bum doesn't go forward. Your bum should be in 90 degrees, your hip should be 90 and knees in 90. So because it hurts, we may move our upper body forward. Then go back and get a block under your belly and chest instead. Or a bolster. 4 more breaths. You've been here longer than me. Support your body with your arms and hands and move your toes in to the mat. Lean on your arms a little bit and just squeeze in, slide back into child pose. So you squeeze in, you can slide on the blanket into child pose and you're Stay there. And come up to sit. Now, I'm just gonna move that blanket. You can move your blanket and come to sit on your bum, your feet out and knees are bent. You can take a block also to sit on, or 2 blocks if you need that. But your feet are in the floor, in the mat. There's a wide distance between your feet. So it's a little bit like happy baby when you're lying on your back here. So you move forward and you can you tip or shake or stir your way down, yeah? But your feet stays in the floor, in the mat, and you kind of tip your way down, and it can almost look like a spider when you go down, yeah? So you can sit on the bolster here as well, but you tip down, or sway your way down, or shake, whatever, loosens up. And for some, it's more than enough just to hang out here in a forward belt. What is really interesting is that if you have equal opening, if both of your hips are equally open, both of your feet are in, same ankle in your feet, and you lean straight forward and down, which hip is hurting? And do you feel anything in your lower back or in the sacrum area? If you do, where? Now some of you can stay here in the forward fold. Others, you take your palms up and then backwards. So now you close your shoulder girdle, you close the collarbone, scoop in and slide back. And then you walk forward with your feet as much as you can, and maybe even on your heels, and slide down and stay. This is called turtle pose. Two more breaths. And slowly find your way up. And gather your legs. We're going to lie down on the back. Get a block, one block. Lift up your bum and put one flat block under the sacrum. So you find the Swadhisthana chakra, Hara chakra. Navel, 4 fingers down, that's the spot. And then the block is straight under your Swadhisthana chakra. Most likely, for most people, the tailbone is not on the block. You can feel the tailbone. Stick your finger in, feel it. The tailbone is straight, it's not on top of the block. For most people, that's anatomically correct. So, depending on your child and whatnot, and the size of your block, of course. Now, the feet are straight in 0 degrees, and the knees are pointing straight up. Your feet is a little bit wider than your hips, and also a little bit wider than your shoulders. Your knees are pointing straight up or a little bit in. Take a deep breath and sigh out loud. Some of you may be able to stretch out your legs here. This can be way too much for a few of you. I release impurifications. I release imbalances out of my root. I let my Swadhisthana chakra shine bright orange, clear, bright orange, full of juice, just like the fruit orange. So sweet. Liquid, rotating, movable. If your legs are straight, walk them in. And stay. Everybody take knees together if they're not that already. I release impurifications. I let go of unhealthy imbalances. I let go of unnecessary control, unnecessary fear. I rinse out my trauma. I don't need it anymore. I say yes to a bright orange light. I say yes to my power. I say yes to life force. I say yes to mature emotions. Stay with it, you're doing great. I know some of you is feeling that it's really uncomfortable right now. But it's the process of healing. Two more breaths. And slowly move down from your block. This, probably most of you can feel this one. Ooh. You can hardly walk now. You just take your time to move and wake up and, make your sounds. Shit, I feel like an old woman. Fuck me. Don't. I'll see you later. Thanks for today. And please comment, give me your experiences and embodiments. Bye.